Hi there, welcome to yet another Facemaker video tutorial. I am Nuno, and this time we're gonna talk about image combos. Yeah, image combos are a more or less simple widget. They usually represent complex numbers using only 10 or so images. So yeah, I'm gonna talk about Huawei and Amazfit. So we'll be covering image combos in the context of those two brands. Okay, so let's do it. And for that, I have the newest Huawei Watch 4 Pro here. I have just implemented it, so I thought, why not? Okay, and for that, I'm going to add a widget like I did, and then add a container inside. And here I'm going to select, let me see here, maybe steps, yeah, and then select the image combo widget, and of course the image combo data type. And now we're ready to go. So basically what image combos do is displaying complex numbers like steps that are made of several digits using only a set of 10 images or so. There are some image combos that use more than 10 images, and for that we have temperatures, for example. And yeah, not all of them use only 10 images, but most do. And they're a little, a broad subject to talk about, so I won't get into that. I'll just talk about the specifics of the image combo itself in the context of Huawei and Amazfit. So for Huawei, usually you would need, as I said, a set of images from 0 to 9. And then the watch would use those images to create a complex number, okay, made out of, in this case, of the steps, made out of 5 digits or 4 or whatever. So right now, we would have to import 10 images, like it says here, okay? You'll notice that when the widget itself has an image limit, it says here what the limit is, okay? So this one needs 10, and normally we would have to go into GIMP or Photoshop and create all the digits, the 10 images, and then export them as layers, or export the layers as single images, I mean, and then import them into Facemaker. But as many as you know, at least those that have Facemaker already, Facemaker features an image generator. And for that, since we have it, all we have to do is press this button here and generate. And there we go. So let's take the container out of the way. And by the way, I'll be covering the containers also on a future video. They're important and they're complex. So yeah. And now we have the image combo here. And as you can see, Facemaker created 10 images for you, as you see here. And let me talk about the image generator for the image combo. So, as in with other widgets, I mean, you have all these settings, okay? You can generate the images, each individual image aligned to the right, left, or center. Select a font here, just like that. Select a font size, and give it some margin around the image. You won't be doing that, but this sometimes can get handy depending on the font. There are some fonts that are badly designed, and they sometimes get cut on top or on the bottom, and this is how you fix that, okay? You increase the margin around the image, but we don't need that for now. So next, we have the gradient selector here. So you can also select a gradient and use it for your image combos. And this is why image combo is so versatile, and I prefer it many times over the text widgets, because the text widgets, especially in the Huawei context, they are extremely limited. So text widgets can only have one solid color. They can't have borders, and depending on the model of the watch, so Amazfit is more versatile. You can use custom fonts with text widgets, but only GTR4. Huawei doesn't allow that. Huawei has fixed fonts, fixed sizes for everything concerning text widgets. And this is why the image combos are so useful. You can, use just about any color or color gradient you want and create great, effects. You can even create, let me see here, some metallic look, just like that. And if you like the gradient, you can even save it and use it on other image combos. So let's close this. And then we have the kerning setting. So what the kerning does is adding some space after the each character, after each number. And let me show you here. So you see what's happening? The spacing is increasing between each number. And that's because Facemaker is creating the images with this space on the right, okay? So this is not really the image combo itself. This is more of the Facemaker image generator, but in this context, I think we should cover it, okay? So then we have the border setting. And as you can see here, let's choose another font because this one is weird. Let's go with this one, yeah. So you see what's happening. Facemaker added a border, and you can tweak the border size and the border color also. So this allows you to achieve many effects, and you have many more if you come into the effects tab, and you can add shadow and all that individually to each image of the image set, okay? So keep that in mind. I will be covering the image effects in a specific video, but not on this one, okay? So basically, this is how the image generator of the Facemaker works. You can generate all the images here without having to resort to GIMP or Photoshop, okay? So once you have all the images you'll use, and let me turn off the guidelines here, just like that. Let's center this. And now let's take a look at the settings up here. So I'm going to talk about first the alignment. Alignment for image combos in Huawei, it's weird to say the least. And let me re-enable the guidelines here and align this to the top left of the widget, to the exact center of the watch face, okay? This is centered. And currently this is aligned to the left. So let's align it to the right. Now you see what happened. The widget is still in the same coordinates, so 234 by 234, but now the widget is on the other side of the watch face. And what happened was the widget is now aligned not using its the top left corner, but the top right corner. And let me show you here. I think the Facemaker manual shows this. Sorry, I zoomed in too much and it got into mobile mode. So this shows exactly what happens. With Huawei, the alignment does this. So to the left, this is to the right, and this is the center. And if you notice, with center alignment, what gets centered is the exact center of the image or of the widget. Let me show you here. So this is left alignment and this is right alignment. And the center alignment will put this point here in the middle of the widget in the coordinates where the widget is. So let's click center, and there we go. So this is how alignment for image combos work for Huawei. This is kind of weird for me, you know, but well, it works. The only problem is when you're editing your watch face and you have the widget placed. So let's put it here. It's perfect. You know, you say, oh, I want it center aligned, and you press center, and then you have to put it there again, okay, in the same place. Let's turn off the snap. So this is the only annoyance with this system. I'm not saying that it doesn't work. It works, and yeah, many people use it every day, but this is a problem for me, okay? This jump you see here, but well, it's how Huawei works, so yeah, who am I to judge? The next setting. So this is the next three input fields are basically an abandoned feature of Huawei, which I think it was a big mistake, because this allowed to do many things, and let me show you here. So usually image combos can be rotated, but this feature here, these three fields, allowed you to rotate an image combo. And how do we do that? So we increase the rotation and the numbers would be overlapped. And to correct this, all you had to do is increase the offset. So what this does is give a spacing between the characters, and voila, we have inclined text using image combos. Now, I am almost sure this will not work for GT3. It works for GT2 unless they change the firmware, and it used to work very well. But lately with GT3, I had many users complaining that it doesn't work. So I kept the settings, and people can still use it and see for themselves if it does or not. I'm just waiting for more feedback to make sure before removing this feature, okay? And I think it's a shame that they are abandoning this. Their official watch face designer doesn't even have the settings. So yeah, you know, you have this setting, you can try it and then give me feedback, okay? So yeah, I think this covers the image combos in the Huawei context, okay? So now I would like to talk about image combos for Amazfit. So let's delete these widgets, and let's come in here and select an Amazfit watch, and let's go with a GTR 4. There we go. So image combos in the Amazfit context, especially since GTR 3 and GTR 4, and this is what I will be talking about today. I think the alignment works much better, and let me show you why. So let's add a widget main container, and inside let's select health and steps, okay? Let's go with the exact same settings as we went for Huawei, and here we'll add an image combo. There we go. So as before, we'll press generate, and we have exactly the same thing we had for Huawei. So 7,645. And by the way, this value, you can set it up here in the preview tab. You go into the steps, field and you set another number here that you want, okay? But this is the default setting for the Huawei face market. So this is the default for all the watches on Facemaker, but you can change it if you want. So now we have this number, and exactly like we had for Huawei. And now I'm going to show you the difference between Amazfit and Huawei. So the difference is the alignment. So we have an alignment widget here that we can set. So let me change this to right alignment, and let's zoom in so you can see the border. So let's align to the right, let's align to the center, and align to the left. So I think this makes much more sense than what Huawei has, but who am I to judge? I believe this is how all image combos should work, okay? And yeah, this setting is important if you don't have the padding 0 setting on, okay? Because if you have it, and let's enable it, now what Facemaker is doing is putting a 0 and forcing the number to always be 5 digits, no matter the value. So let's press play. Now you see here, we always have 5 digits, okay? And this is what the padding 0 does. And now if we change the alignment, right, center, left, it doesn't bulge, okay? So the alignment feature only makes sense when you don't have padding 0, okay, here. If you do, it doesn't matter where they are aligned, because the width will always be the same and the number of digits will always be the same. And this is the main difference between Huawei and Amazfit. First, Amazfit allows you to pad the number. Second, the alignment will only work for Amazfit if the padding 0 is disabled, okay? Just like that. And yeah, these are the main differences between the two brands, between Huawei and Amazfit, okay? And I think I covered everything related to image combos. They're kind of simple, but they can be kind of hard sometimes because it depends also on the font. So what people do usually is they come in here and they generate the images, and all these fonts here were handpicked by me and they work, okay? But some fonts you import from the internet, especially those free, some of them are badly designed, to say the least. I mean, their settings are not what they should be. And what happens is that when you generate, Facemaker will use some methods to measure the text and make this box high enough to contain the text. But some fonts don't do that, okay? And they will appear cut on the top or on the bottom. And what you can do in those cases, let me see if I can find one that is cut. Nope. Well, as I said, I chose most of them, and they all, oh yeah, we have one here. Okay, this one is perfect. So what can you do in this case? So this is easy. You come in here and you see margin, you increase this value just like that until you have the whole numbers visible, okay? So what Facemaker did was increase the margin around each number so that it wouldn't appear cut off, okay? So now we have another problem. The separation between the numbers is bigger because we increased that margin. And for that, what you can do after generating the image combo, is come in here and press crop to content. And now Facemaker will cut them to the max. Okay? And they will be nice and tight between each other with no space between each other and work pretty nicely. So if we press play, there we go. And that's it. I mean, I think I talked about everything that I wanted to for image combos. As I said, they're not a complicated widget to work with. They're actually quite basic. And they can be very powerful because they allow you to create all these numbers using only 10 images. Okay, so these were image combo in the context of Huawei and Amazfit. So thank you very much for watching this video, and I hope to see you on the next one. Bye!